President-elect Joe Biden will soon become the 46th president of the United States.
But President Trump says the fight for the White House is not over yet, promising legal action. Joining us right now to offer some legal insight is Dr. Doug Koopman, professor of political science at Calvin University. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? Thanks for having me.
So what can we expect in the coming weeks following these election results?
Yes, we still have a few weeks of at least legal uncertainty. States don't certify these results closer to the end of no challenges. Can have every state a little bit different. Our election law is state level election law, and so the Trump campaign has a decent case in a few states, and it doesn't have much of a case in some other states. And so, but I think it's going to play its way out until really electors have to collect in state legislatures about mid-December.
You know, we've been talking about these lawsuits, and different sides have different opinions, but in your opinion, to your knowledge, has there been any real evidence presented that would lead to a legal challenge?
There have been mistakes made, and there have been at least small in impact about voting totals, mistakes made and some questionable practices. But there's not been anything that I can see as a large pattern of, huge election return falsifications in really any state. I could imagine one or two states flipping back to Trump, but there are just too many states with pretty small Biden margins that I don't think there's any question that Biden is going to be the president of the United States come late January. It is a little bit in question what constellation of states will finally get his electoral college number over 270.
And if these legal battles do come to fruition, how long would it take a Supreme Court to hear a case?
Well, expedited procedures, the Supreme Court can hear them within a matter of a day or two. We had some of this in Bush versus Gore after the 2000 election, but typically the federal courts run slowly, but in something like this, they can go very quickly. And they would be hearing appeals mostly from state Supreme Courts, given that election law is largely state law. State Supreme Courts would make a decision, and those could get appealed to the Supreme Court, and that's where you would have a contest.
It's going to be an intense couple of weeks. Thank you so much, Dr. Doug Koopman, for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Dr. Doug Koopman.